Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 240. One sec, I gotta click, I actually forgot. 3, I think. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. What up, Crash? How you doing?
What? Why'd you say it like that?
Oh my god, I can't win. Last week I gave you a different name.
Why'd you say it like
this
that?
week I give you Too Fresh Crash, but in a different way.
I had no problem with last week. Why'd you say it like you were some surfer, bro?
Too Fresh Crash. Oh yeah.
But that's how you said it, without the oh yes and the fingers. But in my head I saw the fingers.
Oh yeah. I've turned you up this week because people keep saying you're quiet, but I feel like you're already quiet, louder this week because you were very far away from your mic last week. It wasn't my fault. It was his fault this time. All right?
No.
No.
I prefer when you get the blame.
Okay, it was my fault, but I've turned him up this week on my end as well. So let me know if it's better. Chat, let me know if you can hear him. Okay. Crash, we've had a big week already in gaming.
Yes.
To start off, I need to just start off number one because I've got a lot going on in my life, obviously, as you know. Thank you to every single person who has supported me on this journey on Twitch at the moment. I've had a ridiculous, I'm sitting at like 600 and something subs on Twitch, which is ridiculous. I want to give shout outs to a load of people. Number one, I'll give a shout out to Outside Xbox, who gave me a big shout out on their Instagram and on their Twitter. Shout out to Kinda Funny, they've been shouting me out a lot as well during all of this. Big shout out to Snow by Mike, who's been coming in with the raids after he stream every single day. I appreciate that, helping grow this channel hugely. Shout out to Andy Cortez, who also raided me. A ton of gifted subs. Hey Jill, gotta give him a big shout out, obviously, who's just gifted subs like crazy in this channel. But yeah, I want to just shout out to everyone. Shout out every single person who's been supporting. There's too many to name, but those are some of the ones you may have heard of. Let's just say that. Before I forget, hashtag Black Lives Matter. The movement hasn't stopped. The movement isn't quiet. We won't stand for it. I've seen it starting to get a little bit quieter, Crash. It's starting to die off a little bit. The brands are starting to slow away. The DMs are starting to slow down. I'm like, no. We're going to keep going. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Simple. What's been going on in your life? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. You know, nothing really too exciting.
All that from me and just nothing, Chris.
No, I'm working on the house.
I know, working on the house. That's all you do nowadays. I preferred it when you was a gamer and didn't have nothing to do.
Dude, it takes a lot of time.
It's
also like very draining.
Oh, I can imagine. Hard labor.
Yeah.
It's like you're on a construction site. Do these hands look like they were made for a construction site? Hell no.
No.
Like, no way. If you don't know what My Xbox and Me is, though, it is our Xbox podcast. It's been going for 243 weeks. We've never missed a week here on iTunes and Spotify and Google Play Store and Stitcher, but not the one place. But we don't talk about them anymore.
I like this. I like the new energy.
I changed it. You like the way I changed it? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You can get the show early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. And we've got new Patreons, Crash.
Really?
This is the first time in 5 months I've not lost Patreons.
Oh.
But I've gained a couple of new people. So shout out to you if you listen to it on Patreon. I appreciate you very, very much. You can, like I said, get us on all podcast services. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/myxboxandme. That is where this show goes up. Again, I'm talking to a new editor currently. Obviously, I've got Price on the back burner. He's there. We go have a meeting. We keep missing each other. That's on me. I've got somebody else working who's going to be doing some editing stuff. Let's put it this way. I want to put it this way, yeah? If my subs were to stay, and if we got more Patreon support, was to stay like this, I could pay an editor, meaning we could produce so much more content. Because the creating content part, easy. The editing content part, hard. So I've got new people on the case. We're doing a trial run at the moment, but I don't want to... What happens with a lot of streamers and content creators, they make a little bit of money and then they go and spend it on things that are not necessarily needed, right? I've been very fortunate that I have a chair, I have a brilliant camera, I have a brilliant mic, I need a new desk. But other than that, I feel like I've got to give back. I want to get the editors involved, pay them, and get them in, and we'll see what happens, all right? That's the plan. And hopefully the content grows from there. What else am I missing? Rate us on iTunes, of course. We ranked last week, Crash, in Britain. We were ranked 242 in the podcast charts for one day. And then we just meowed that. It only shows the 250, so we was in 250. We was in the 250. Dropped out of Canada as well. It upset me.
Oh, man.
We shouted you out, Canada, as well. What did you do to us? But yeah, keep listening to the show. Keep sharing it. Keep retweeting it. We are doing a terrible job of promoting My Xbox and Me. I have to say. We are doing a terrible job. So I can't put that pressure on just you guys. I've been focusing on Twitch clips and stuff like that. I promise you we're going to get better at promoting the show. We're going to come up with a plan and we will get there. I promise. Again, Black Lives Matter. But let's jump into topic of the show. Crash. Big week. This was meant to be E3 week, remember? Yep. So it's been a little bit of a weird one. We've had IGN Summer Game Festival, which is their version of like an E3 week. It's smaller titles with dev interviews and a little bit of live hosting in between it. What do you think of the show overall? Not the content that's in there, but what do you actually think of the show?
I'm actually like really not a fan of it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think it's well done. I don't think for what they sold it as, and it's not necessarily their fault. It is partly like what I was expecting from it. I think my expectations were wrong for it, but like a lot of the interviews felt a little awkward.
Very awkward.
And if they were pre-recorded, I feel like there were times where like there was nothing being said, that like stuff could have been edited out and it could have been transitioned more smoother.
Yeah.
But then there are other times where it's like clearly the interviewer and the person getting interviewed were on different pages. And it just didn't come off well.
Yeah, I think this is the problem when you do one of these type of shows, right? And my thing is, and we'll talk about the PlayStation conference in just a second, but my view is let the game do the talking. Because you guys are not PR people, you're not talkers, you're not great at being interviewed because you're not giving the interview. The problem with a bad interview, I know, I've done plenty of interviews. If you're getting nothing from the person, it's hard to get something out of them. And I'll say most of the interviews on the IGN Summer of Game Festival so far have all come off as awkward. In my opinion. I'm not saying the content isn't great. There's some great games being shown, a lot of smaller games. Samurai Jack, that art style looks amazing. That was the only interview, actually, that I enjoyed. He knew what he was talking about. He had passion for his game. He's worked on the TV show. That was the only one that I watched and went, oh, okay, I can watch this. Exactly. He's a veteran in the game.
There was also another interview that I can't remember off the top of my head, where I don't think it was an amazing interview, but there were no awkward parts and it flowed really well.
The Judgment one.
Yeah.
Because again, it's those ones with higher production value, have a PR management, or have had some sort of PR training. It's these smaller devs that you can tell. I don't understand why they did the one with the no camera. Again, if you haven't got a camera, you just can't be on. Simple. Like, you need to just make that a hard line. It's not a good viewing experience. It's a shame because I felt like they could have got more done in lesser days. I feel like they've spread this out between 3 days for really unnecessary. Don't get me wrong, it's for charity. They're raising money for charity, so everything that they do is fantastic. But the structure of the show from a press conference standpoint, I don't think is very good, personally. It needs to be more condensed. It needs to be more to the point. It needs to be exactly what the PlayStation conference was, which is where I think we should move. And I'm talking, unless you've got anything more to add to that.
I was just going to say, the gameplay they showed, I also don't think they did a good job of showing the gameplay, where they chose these really large chunks, where I feel like they should have done, again, we're going to talk about PlayStation, these like sort of little clips of moments and sort of go and show the overall theme of the gameplay as opposed to like this really long gameplay segment.
Exactly. Obviously, we're recording this on Friday. Yesterday was the PlayStation conference showing off the console and a load of third-party games and a load of first-party. We'll only be speaking about, obviously, the third-party games that matter, the Xbox platform. But to give a little bit of props to PlayStation for a little bit, I honestly do believe that their show was the perfect show. That is how you do a press conference, in my opinion. It had high budget, production budget. It had, obviously, it was paced to perfection. Yeah. Where even the games I wasn't interested in, I wasn't like, oh, why is this here? It was like, okay, cool, there's going to be something else for me in a second. And it felt like a second. It obviously wasn't, but it had the right amount of gameplay, with the right amount of CGI, with the right amount of talking, with the right amount of interview. It was literally, in my opinion, the perfect press conference. The only thing I would say, I gave it a 10 out of 10 on Twitter. The only thing I would say, which kind of felt a little bit gimmicky and a little bit, this seemed a bit weird, was the GTA thing. It felt like that was very much a ad product placement thing. But I'm not upset with that because I understand how these things happen. So to me, I didn't hold that against them. They did get me very hyped. I saw that Rockstar logo and my heart dropped. I was like, oh my God.
Same. To be fair, though, that is kind of like a big deal. We're not really talking about Sony, but that is a big deal for the deal that they got. So I understand why it was there, right?
Yeah, 100%. So. But on that note, so obviously the news of that was that anyone who owns the GTA 4 will get GTA 5 for free on the PlayStation 5. Do you think Rockstar just going to be doing smart delivery for Xbox? You would assume, right?
Yeah, you'd assume so. I don't know if that's like something that they made a deal with Sony, because I could see that being the case as well.
What? So they're going to make Xbox players buy it again?
It's only you only got the online portion, so you only got online. So not the whole game. So just online.
I think we're gonna see them come out and say, yeah, we're supporting smart delivery. This is just a case of PlayStation not marketing it. They're backwards compatible.
They didn't say exclusive or anything.
No, exactly.
So I do think that's the case. I'm just saying, like, maybe there's a possibility that Sony paid a handsome amount of money for that exclusivity.
Anything to get Rockstar must cost you a lot of money, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What was your overall thoughts on the press conference itself, like pacing and stuff like that? Obviously, my thoughts are out there. So, what did you think?
I thought it was really well done. I think the quality was like, all the quality was really good. Which I think a lot of conferences that we've been seeing is like, one half of the quality will be good because there's a lot of interviews going on, a lot of talking. Sony kept that to minimum, and when you did see devs, their quality still wasn't bad. There was a little highlight reel of a bunch of devs where they were going through it.
But that was perfect though, the way I did it.
Yeah, and even then, none of that quality was ever like really that bad.
None of that quality was as bad as what we saw at the Xbox event.
Yeah, absolutely, which is a shame. And hopefully Xbox learns from that. Like, okay, when we go, we do need to send out kits to people so they can get the best quality and all this stuff, because Sony by far, so far, out of all the events we've seen, is the only one doing it right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I'm kind of like, this kind of is like, oh, E3 does have a way back, because I feel like a lot of people are dropping the ball with it.
100%. You've got the IGN Summer Game Festival. There's also got the Jeff Keighley Summer Festival and it's too everywhere. No, we need E3 back, which is, and I feel like people are starting to see that as well, where it's like, we need our weekend of Christmas every year. We always need it. I'm not saying that Ubisoft is still not going to do their own event at some point, but you need E3 to be the banner that holds it all. Maybe the convention center isn't the way it used to be, but E3 need to get their ish together and really figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, to talk about PlayStation a little bit more, again, obviously we're an Xbox podcast, but I think credit where credit is due at the end of the day. It blew me away, man. They have done such a great job with their first party lineup, and it really has got me motivated to see Xboxes. We're gonna see Forza, we're gonna see Halo, but what else are we gonna see? Because we see a new, again, not that some people are gonna care here, but this is my Xbox and me. The and me part is us, and this is what we want to talk about. If you don't like it, you know where to go at the end of the day. The new Horizon looked amazing. New Ratchet & Clank looked amazing. Project Athena looked amazing. Like, there were so many games where I was like, that's why I'm buying an Xbox. That's why I'm buying that's why I'm buying a PlayStation. That's why I'm buying a PlayStation. That's why. Now, it's Xbox's turn to go, this is why you're buying it. And we know for a fact that PlayStation have already come out and said, these are for the PlayStation 5. This is where you're getting this game. If you want to play this game, you're getting it there.
They had that moment where they made the statement. They were like, this is, we like separating generations. We like going into next generation and defining it and whatnot. Where Microsoft still hasn't had that moment. I don't know if they will.
They're not. They're very clearly saying, where we are not that. We are supporting our consoles for long term. We are an iPhone that will run out of date at some point. We're not a generation cut-off point anymore.
Yeah. Which I'm not against that, but that is
neither.
hard to sell to the general consumer, right? You're trying to sell them on something that isn't old, but you're not saying it's new, right?
Yeah, 100%. Well, not yet anyway. Is it? They are saying it's new, but it's just what am I getting for this new? I think is the thing. If I can play the new Fable on my Xbox One X, what is the differences? That's what I need. Like, how much faster is it going to load? How much better does it look? Do I need that new monitor for me to actually see a difference? Or is my 1080p display going to be just fine on a souped-up PC or an Xbox One X? That's the problem I think they have right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Some stuff that was shown, not over everything, because obviously we only got the stuff that matters to us. I'm going to run through it. The ones that we really want to talk about, we'll go into more detail. The ones we don't, we won't. NBA 2K21, Hitman 3. What did you think of those two? Obviously, it's Zion Williams with NBA 2K. The sweat looked amazing.
Yeah. That's all I can really say about that. Yeah. Sweat looked really good.
Sweat looked amazing.
Reflection on the floor looked good as well. Yeah. The ray tracing.
Yeah. That's the thing I think that's going to make a big difference, right? The lighting in these new consoles, ray tracing and stuff like that is going to be huge.
You noticed it on almost every single game that was there.
Yep.
Like there was the Pixar game, which Sony exclusive. I don't really get into it.
No,
but that looked really good. Yep. It looked really good. The lighting and everything.
Wait, which one was that? Which one was the Pixar one?
The one that was like Pikmin.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Hitman 3, Sumo Digital, working on that one as well as, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. It's IO. Sumo are not doing that one. IO. Sumo were doing Sackboy and something else. But new Hitman. I'm not really into Hitman, but I was saying to chat, maybe this is the one I jump in and like, okay, chat, you tell me what to do, and we go through it, and because there's a lot that goes on in these Hitman games, a lot of scenarios you can do and stuff. This is the trilogy. They said this is it for this trilogy, so I'm interested. Is it going to be episodic again, or is it a full game? What is it? We'll find out soon, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'll be a full game. It seemed like it was a full game, right?
To me, it seemed like it was going to be, but who knows? Who knows? Yep. You've got on here as well. This is a mixture between IGN stuff as well that was shown. By the way, you got the Nickelodeon Kart Racer 2. I know you're excited for that one, Crash.
Oh, I love me some kart racers.
No, Nickelodeon. We were just talking about Nickelodeon in my chat actually. Which is
really
weird. Yeah, and we was like, oh, Battle Royale, that would be dope. But then we got a kart race. I was like, oh, okay, not bad. Oddworld. I didn't realize that was coming to Xbox. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
It is confirmed, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I think the one we're both skipping over, which we're going to get into in more detail a bit later, is obviously Resident Evil 8. I do have thoughts. I will talk about it a little bit later on the show because there's more information to come from that. You also had games like Samurai Jack, which was an IGN. Is it 8 remake or is it 18? It's 8. What is it? The XII remake.
13.
13. X is 5.
X is 10.
X is 10. In New
I is 1, and there's supposed to be 3 eyes.
This is Crash, you messed me up. Jeez, no, I'm joking.
Don't blame me.
13 remake, which I was like, oh, okay. I remember playing that game. Didn't know I needed a new one, if I'm honest, or a remake. But
never played it. Never played the original.
It was fine.
I'm sure.
Yami
was hype. Shout out to Yami.
Yami gets hype for everything. Like just hey, at this point I just ignore Yami. You had Foreclosed, you had Star of Renegades, what else did we have? Stray, and a couple more on there, Jet, The Far Shore as well, and Goodbye Volcano High. A few games on there from IGN that they were good, they were decent. We saw more of Judgment as well. Like I say, just the packaging behind it all just didn't work for me, unfortunately. So I sort of dipped. I watched the YouTube videos instead.
Yeah. No, they didn't show off the game super well. Like, I was super excited for Samurai Jack. I still am.
Yeah.
But once I saw that gameplay, I was like, you're not really like selling me on the high moments of the game, which is what I feel like a lot of these conferences should be doing. Right?
Yeah, it needs that epic moment to go, oh, okay, this is why I'm buying it. This is why I want this game. And yeah, unfortunately, we just didn't get that.
Yeah.
The two big ones, which is sort of like an extra topic of the show this week, Crash, which is Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are timed exclusives on the PS5. PS5. They're also coming to PC, but we'll get into that in just a second. This one was taken from Eurogamer, reported on by Emma Kent. As part of this evening's PlayStation 5 reveal, we got a proper look at the upcoming Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, and a little bit of extra news regarding their release, as both titles will be, quote, console debuts on the PS5. Both published by Bethesda, Ghostwire Tokyo is being developed by Tango Works, The Evil Within, while Deathloop is the latest game from Arcane, Dishonored Studio. Sony confirmed both games would make their console debuts on the PS5, with Ghostwire Tokyo set to release on the PS5 in 2021, and Deathloop launching this holiday season on the PS5 and PC simultaneously. Ghostwire Tokyo is also due to release on the PC, although the blog post does not confirm a date for this. We're in this weird time already, Crash. We're already getting into the fanboy wars, because here we go.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a huge third party, huge Bethesda, humongous, taking money and doing a timed exclusive with Sony already? We just started this generation, and you're already doing this.
Like, the only way I could see Bethesda like doing this is if they're like, okay, we don't know how well Deathloop will sell. We don't know how well Ghostwire Tokyo will sell. Let's try and get a deal. We'll try and do whatever it is, like timed exclusive. Whoever wants the marketing, like, we'll try and get this somewhere.
Just to quickly add, Oddworld is also a PlayStation timed exclusive. Jeffrey's confirming in chat for me. So, good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so it's like, it is this. It's weird because I'm not a fan of timed exclusives. I don't think they're beneficial to us, the players. I understand why companies do it. I understand why Sony wants it. I understand why Bethesda wants it. You secure the cost to make the game, market the game, and all this stuff. Business makes 100%. Consumer, it's kind of anti-consumer, if we're being honest.
Got ya. Yeah, it's something Xbox got slagged for many a times, hugely. There's a couple of things that fanboys are now gonna have to get over. PlayStation fanboys. Maybe we should discuss it, Crash. Do we stop giving them airtime? Do we stop talking to these negative-minded people and fanboys? Do we stop? Because I feel like every time I bring them up, I give them more power.
Stop talking on them on both sides. Because, like, there's negative fanboys on
both sides. Both sides, yes.
As soon as the console was shown, I kid you not, my Twitter feed was all just a bunch of people measuring who's got the bigger one, you know? Oh, yours looks like a trash can. Or yours looks like a
It does look like a router, though. It does, though. You can't lie.
And the Xbox looks like a fridge. Who cares?
No, you could. That's not. It doesn't, though. It actually. This is the thing, yeah? The Xbox actually couldn't be a fridge. That PlayStation 5 could definitely be my router.
Xbox could be a fridge.
I can't put a drink in that.
A mini fridge? Yes, you have mini fridges that size where you can fit a couple of cans. You can't say no. That's a fact.
All right. I'll give you it. We can talk on Deathloop and Ghostwire because they are going to eventually come to Xbox. What did you think of Ghostwire Tokyo? Because obviously that's a game I was super looking forward to. I loved Tango. I loved Evil Within 1 and 2, as you know. Also wanted the number 3, but clearly didn't sell well. I didn't love what was shown of that game.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, this looks cool. I need to see more of this. And at the same time, I was like, Fix probably doesn't like this.
Yeah,
this doesn't look. It looks like it's got a creepy tone about it.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look like a horror game.
No,
it doesn't look like a survival game.
No,
it doesn't look like it's. It looks like it'll have those tones overlaying it, which you have. What's his name? The guy who's directing it, who did Evil.
Oh, Shinji Mikami.
Yeah, you have him. So that is his style. So of course that's going to be present in it.
How dare you, Crash? You forget Shinji Mikami's name? The man that created Resident Evil 2, the OG. How dare you? But yeah, I love Shinji, as you know. Obviously I'm a huge fan of his work. This one just looks weird to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It looks weird. It doesn't. This is why I think this game, like, they reached out for a deal with this game, because I don't know who this appeals to. Like, it looked interesting to me, but I need to see more before I buy it. And they were like, we'll get that safety net for this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Maybe even Xbox were offered it as well and went, nah, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who knows?
That's 100% possible.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. On the other hand, Deathloop did a lot for me. I love the look of Deathloop.
Did it really?
Yeah, I really like the look of Deathloop. Looked like a lot of fun. That looks like a day one for me, and that sucks. So now I'm gonna have to play it probably on. I'm probably have to play it on PlayStation. I mean, the thing I'm buying to play games, so maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, I would rather play it on Xbox Series X if that's what I'm trying to
Right.
say. I prefer the achievements, yada yada yada. You get my point.
Right.
But yeah, Deathloop, I like the look of. I like the look of that one a lot. Looks like one of those games I'm like, I can sit on. Hopefully it's not too long an experience. Doesn't overstay its welcome. The spy being hunted and all that. It did something for me.
Yeah.
Did something for me.
Are you a fan of Dishonored?
No.
This looked very much so like Dishonored.
I agree.
It looked like a different skin for Dishonored.
It didn't look very stealth, and that was my problem with Dishonored. It's a stealth game.
Yeah, but Dishonored, you could play it like this. The way they were playing this, you could play Dishonored like that. And they did show some stealth, so I'd be wary for them to show more gameplay, because this could be a stealth focus. You are playing an assassin.
Yeah.
So it might be a stealth game with, if you want to go in and play like an action game.
It reminds me of all Bethesda games, which the option is there, right? I played Wolfenstein, and that the option is there to play it stealth. I didn't play it like that. I was shooting everything I could. So hopefully that's just there. It's an option. It's an option. So we'll see what happens. Right. Let's get into what's been in our box. What we've been playing this week, my friends. What have you been playing?
Played a little bit of Warzone with you.
Yes. Loads of Warzone, Crash. We can just start there, because I've got a load to say.
That's all you've played?
Yes. Not, yeah. That is all I've played. Yeah, that's all I've played at all. Dude, I'm loving it. I'm just, every day I'm doing it on stream. I'm doing 8 to 9 hours, just busting people down. I'm getting decent, Crash. I'm getting decent. I'm getting decent. I wouldn't say I'm like good yet, but I'm getting decent. On a day that I'm commanding the squad, so not when I'm playing with Snowbite Mike, because when I play with Snowbite Mike, I sit back a little bit more, let him command, and we get more dubs, so I'm not going to lie. But when I command the squad, I'm getting 10 to 12 kills a game. Just tearing people apart. Got my ground now, fully loaded. After chat was having to go at me for not using it, I started using it. The gun shreds people. Long distance, close distance, it don't matter. I'm destroying fools. Got about 9 wins now. Top 10s at my butt cheeks. Top 2s at my butt cheeks. Top 3 at my butt cheeks. But top 10s, yeah, man, I got too many. of that.
Let's be honest. If it's not a win,
it don't
really matter.
Facts.
A number 2 hurts a lot more than a number 10.
Facts on facts on facts. You're still not in love with it though, right?
I'm just kind of like, I'm done with BRs at this point. It's just, I don't care for the RNG. I don't care for he went and he grabbed a gun before me. I don't care for he grabbed a shield. He went and he did whatever. He had an RPG. It's just all that stuff where it's like a moment of bad luck can ruin the game completely, right? I don't mind the camping. The camping, I understand.
The camp I hate.
I'm not saying I like it, but I understand it. It's Call of Duty. The camping is going to be there. For me, it's just that bit of RNG where if it was like, it was an even playing field, I 100% would have killed you, right?
Got ya.
And that just, I'm sure that at some point I'll be like, I'm in the mood for BRs again. Just right now, I'm just not.
Not for you, man. Not for you.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing?
I've been playing Warframe.
Oh, nice.
I've still been playing Warframe. I'm really enjoying Warframe. A lot of it's a lot of just, I get home, I'm tired. I just want to grind a game. I want to turn my brain off, put on a podcast, listen to some music.
Yeah.
Be it whatever. Can't do that on stream no more. But yeah,
no.
Just listen to some music and just go through the game, grinding out, getting loot, getting building, crafting material, and all that stuff. And I've been really, really enjoying it.
Fair enough.
And then I also new Destiny 2 season. I played that a little bit.
And how is it? We can talk about more about Destiny 2 in a bit. But how is it?
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's Destiny's one of those games you go on, you play it. The game controls so well that you always enjoy it in the moment. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know how much content there is. They added we'll talk about it later.
A
They
bunch
added
of
a new
stuff.
mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else other than Warframe and Destiny?
I played a little bit of Minecraft Dungeons last night.
You're not gonna finish it.
I got to the last boss.
I still haven't finished the last boss, so we could do it
I have
together.
to fight the Illager.
We could do it together, and then we beat
Yeah,
it.
we could do that.
We should do that then. We'll make a point of doing that then. Of finishing it.
Right.
Then we've rolled credits. Then we've done it.
It's done.
No, again,
Yeah.
and I want to rephrase. I don't think Minecraft Dungeons is a bad game. It's just
Absolutely
Call
not.
of Duty is super great. It's hooks in me. Otherwise, I 1000% would have grinded it. I know people like 200 max power and stuff like that, or dumb stuff now. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done. Like, I didn't love this enough to keep grinding it like that, but I didn't hate it. I wouldn't play it ever again. Like, the new DLC drops, when that drops, I'll play it 100%.
Yeah. If somebody asked me like, "Oh, should I try Minecraft Dungeons?" Yeah,
Yes.
try it. If you like Diablo-esque games and you like Minecraft, there's no reason for you not to try this game out, right? It is a solid game. I'd even say it's a good game. It's just
100%. Oh, I think it's definitely a good game. Definitely.
Yeah. It's just not quite where you might want it to be. Where I would want it to be with like a Diablo and how much you can grind out of Diablo. Not to say that it doesn't have it. It's just not quite as prominent as I'd want it to be.
Okay. No problemo. Nothing else?
No, I think that's it.
Fair enough.
I think that's it.
I want to start doing, and I shouldn't say this right now. I know I'm going to regret saying this out of my mouth. I know I am. Because I want to start doing like a game we spotlight of the day, of like on the episodes. Like, I want a segment where we both play a game, whether we have to reach out for codes or we have to figure that out. But I want to do like a spotlight section on a game every week on my Xbox and me. And maybe we take suggestions from the audience and then we play them. We play them from as long as we can, as much as we want, on as little as we want. But we actually come on and spotlight a game once a week. I feel like that would be good just after what's been in our box. What do you think?
I like that idea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It gets
just
us
to force us to play different
well.
games. Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll figure it out for next week then. I'll message you and then we'll say this is the spotlight week and then we'll take suggestions for next week, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Let's jump into Fixer's Sack. If you have got questions, you can head over to discord.com/mcfixer. I don't think that URL actually works. You just have to find it in my Twitch chat or my Twitter bio. You can post questions in there. You can tweet at me, at mcfixer, or at Kreshnikplays. On Twitter, use the hashtag MXAM and send us questions, or you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com and check that out. We have 2 questions this week, Crash. Number 1 says, and email him right now. Stop listening. Pause it.
Did you check emails? Because I told in the Discord post I made, I said, ask your questions here or even email in.
Chris, you're going to call me out on the channel like this right now. Is that what you're going to do?
There's a few times where you're like, we have no questions. And it's like, Fix, we had questions.
Crash, we have no questions.
Okay. I just wanted, for my conscience, and to know that everybody listening is in the clear, I just needed to know that.
Okay.
I couldn't do them dirty.
I respect it. First question. This is what breaks my heart more, is the fact of a new Resident Evil game just dropped and no one asked me a question. That breaks my heart.
I honestly thought we were going to get a lot more questions about
anything.
Stuff that happened at PlayStation.
Anything. 2 questions.
Yeah.
2. It breaks me. It hurts my heart. What console has won the beauty contest, Crash? From Nerf Alice. Before we start, if you see that, you can see that Cyberpunk behind me. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but Alice did it. She's a fantastic artist. Go follow her at Nerf Alice everywhere. Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Go follow her. She's a fantastic artist. If you're not following her, go do it. Get her some work. Get some work done from her. But what console won the beauty contest, Crash? We've seen both. Both are revealed now. Which one is better looking?
I'm going to say the Xbox One, and the only reason it's the Xbox One, otherwise I'd think I'd be indifferent towards both of them, because I do think that I like that they both went for like a different design, right? That they're not the typical box. I do like that they did that. I just don't like the white on the PS4. I think it just makes it look kind of ugly. If it was all black, I would enjoy it. The fact that it's white, I'd say the Xbox looks better.
Damn. Yeah, I'm with you. The Xbox looks better. It looks way more stylish. I get what PlayStation are going for with their futuristic look. I think it's fair to say. Pardon me, but I just look at my entertainment system around me right now, and that thing will stick out like a sore thumb.
If it honestly, it just needs to be
black.
All black.
It just needs to be black.
Did you see it laying down?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Really? I thought it looked better while it was laying down.
No, I preferred it stand it up. I hated it laying down.
Got it.
But it probably will be laid down. It's that. It looks like it's that weird shape that you can't stack it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you might be able to put it on top of something else. It depends what, because they had like a stand or something below.
But it looks beefy as well. That thing looks like it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not touched either of these consoles. I don't know how heavy they are. I don't know. I'm sure they're heavy consoles. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the Xbox Series X is way more stylish in my. If you'll see it on my desk, and I'm gonna go, that's a good looking console. I feel like you're gonna look at the PS5 every day and go, yeah, I've got you. I guess you're doing great things here. Ray tracing, you look amazing. You're loading my games in literally 0 seconds. But damn, you ugly. In my opinion. I will
say. The one that didn't have a CD disc, CD
tray.
Oh,
the digital edition,
a lot better.
Oh, I'll add a question in here, Crash. MC Fixer writes in this week, Crash, and asked this.
Oh, yeah.
Now that PlayStation have announced that, I'm going to write it like an email, which is just going to be words everywhere, and I have to figure it out. Now that PlayStation is an Xbox, now that PlayStation has announced 2 SKUs, do you think the Xbox Lockhart is a real thing? This is for Fixer only. Thank you for writing in. Oh, well, thank you, Fixer, for writing in.
That's a real question.
No, Chris, what do you think? The Lockhart is the Lockhart real? We've got 2 editions on PlayStation 5s.
It's 100% real. I feel like maybe they were both testing the water and they heard something from across the sea from each other. Like, oh, they might be doing it. They might be. Yeah, we have to do it then. Because like, if somebody comes out with a discless version, you're immediately going to be beat out in price.
Well, it's going to be a cheaper one on the market, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
yeah. So
go ahead.
Question: the leak came out for the PS5 that it looks like it's going to be £600.
Yeah.
So what do you think their digital edition is going to cost?
Well, Amazon came out and said the leak was just a placeholder price because they were also putting placeholder prices for the games that were overcharging for the games.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't hold my breath on that because Amazon does do that a lot where they do, when they think there's going to be a price, they do put placeholder names and prices to stuff.
Got ya.
But if it is £600, I would guess it's like a 50 to 100 difference.
So you reckon,
more likely 50.
So you reckon $550 for a digital, $600 for a full?
Yeah, and that just doesn't sound right. I don't think that'll be the price point.
Maybe. I hope you're right. I hope it isn't that. That's a lot of. I want these new consoles at launch. I don't think I can justify £600. I really don't.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard, and I think Sony did the £600. Sony knows, and especially with like the time period we're in now, even if Sony had planned it, I think Sony is going to go back to the drawing board and like, we can't charge $600 for it right now. There's absolutely no way.
You don't think we're gonna get arrogant, Sony? We're gonna go get a second job, or well, we have a edition for you which isn't £600.
I don't think so. Like, this conference didn't scream arrogant Sony, right? To me.
No, it didn't. It didn't, but also they're on their best behavior on this. This is theirs. They get to control the narrative. What happens when the press can actually ask them questions and stuff? That's when you make your mistakes. It's not when you're controlling the narrative. If I tell you,
with Sony, that's not true. That's not true with Sony. Sony's worst step is when they're on the stage by themselves and they're telling the story they want to tell, and they're like, that's when they ruin it for themselves. Yeah. Sony puts their own foot in their mouth. So them being on their best behavior there, I think, is a good sign for that. Which isn't a good thing for Microsoft. I think like Sony being this on point right now means Microsoft's really going to have to bring it come July.
Yeah. We'll see. We will see, I guess. But yeah, on the Lockhart, I thought it was fake this whole time. I think IGN did some reporting and found something that confirmed it was pretty much real, if I'm not mistaken, but I couldn't find the article due to just everything that's been going on. I think it's real now. I wonder if Xbox get that thing down to £300? If the Xbox can get that new Xbox all digital Lockhart at £300 and get the Xbox Series X to $450, so you're probably looking more at $350. We're gonna be in for if they do it though, we're gonna be in for a treat on these consoles and this war that's about to happen. Because price point is key. If you've got kids or you've got family or you've got life insurance or you've got anything that's going on, right? Price point is key. And if you can undercut them by $100, Xbox are going to be so... We see it happen with the Xbox One X. The Xbox One, sorry. We've seen it happen. 500 versus 350, wasn't it? Or was it...
400.
400. We see what happened there. This generation, dead. Don't get me wrong, PlayStation also had the worst E3 of all time that year. But... I'm so interested to see what happens.
Yeah. I don't see even a 350 being possible.
On the Lockhart?
No. Because like CD drives don't cost that much. They're not that expensive.
But so you're taking it as the assumption. I don't know about this new PlayStation 5 because I've not looked into it, right?
Yeah.
Is it just a PlayStation 5 without a disc tray? Or is there more to it that's been downgraded in it?
They haven't said anything, and to be fair, I don't think they would say anything there.
Got you.
And we don't know with the Lockhart if it will be a weaker console than the Series X. But if it is weaker, then what are you saying? Like, here's this next gen console, but it's not really next gen because it's weaker.
Well, no. What I'm saying is here's this next gen console, but it's the same power for GPU, CPU, stuff like that as the PS5 without the load times, and we have a better version of that as well, which is more expensive, which is the 14 teraflops, blah, blah, blah. The PlayStation's not 14 teraflops, it's 10, isn't it, if I'm not mistaken?
It's 10
point something, yeah. So they say the Lockhart is on the same specs as the PS5 and then sells at the same price point. It's like our weaker console is at the same specs as yours, it just doesn't have the speed of that SSD. It has an SSD, but it just won't have that. PlayStation is going to be lightning fast. Everyone I've spoken to in the dev game has said lightning fast. So Xbox is 12 teraflops, as Dan's telling me in chat. So yeah, I wonder if that could be the case, and that's how they get the price point down. I don't know. I'm just wondered.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. That's something that's like I have to see it to believe it because I think that's too good to be true.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope I'd be hyped if that was the case. You know, it'd be a cheaper console, right?
Yeah. Would you buy it though? So for the PlayStation 5 digital, where are you at?
I don't really buy games physical.
So are you
digital for both? If both versions are as powerful as the actual thing, I'd probably buy digital.
Damn.
I don't really buy physical games.
No, nor do I, but I can't not have that option. Maybe though with Haley, because obviously I have to buy 2 consoles in my house, or we take it in turn sort of thing. Maybe I wonder if I can convince Haley to get a digital just to save us like extra $100 or $50 down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't not have something. Like, do you know what I mean?
I get that.
The only thing in consoles, I can do that in phones, like the iPhone Pro. I'm like, I do not care about that third camera. Like, it's not gonna be that much of a difference. Like, especially me, I was going from an iPhone 6. Like with this, I'm like, no, I can't not have the disc tray. I can't not, just because I do still buy physical, especially special editions and stuff like that. Not that I got my Resident Evil one. It still hurts, Chris. It still hurts.
I can't believe they did that to you.
Oh, it hurts so much. But yeah, all right. Well, that is that for the questions this week. Oh no, we got one more. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
This one says, how has the recent DMCA takedown influenced your streaming setups? From Canada Riot. For those who don't know what Canada's going on about, Twitch has been issued some DMC takedowns, which have been pushed onto the streamers from music companies. I think that's the best way to say it. Like that was happening on YouTube. There's someone now combing through content. They've got like an army of people combing through content to get the ad revenue from anything that you use their music in, pretty much, is the best way to explain it. How has it affected me? I'm not playing music anymore. I've got I've got Stream Beats from Harris Heller, which is like backing tracks. He's got loads of playlists. I use that now when I need some background music. I just don't listen to music. I haven't done a Football Manager stream yet. That's where it's going to be hard.
Yeah. There are some indie artists that do own all the rights to their music and everything that have said like, you're free to use our music. So if you do want to use actual music, look for those artists. They are out there.
That's literally what I was just about to say. I think now is the time to go and find new artists who now own all of their own publishing and stuff, and go and support them. Go and find that new rapper and blow him up blow him up from the fact. Like if I was doing music, that's exactly what I would do. I'd be like, yo, streamers, every streamer, here is all of my music. Go stream it as much as you like.
Did you see that Trainwreck tweeted at, who was it, 21 Savage or something like that, and it was like, all I play is your music on stream. Do you mind if I still stream your music? And he's like, yeah, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah, but the problem is he doesn't run the company.
I'm pretty sure he owns his own. Masters.
Okay. If he owns his masters, he might be good.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, honestly, that's the best bet. I think talking about labels is a whole different conversation.
Yes.
I think this is a really dumb move on their part.
Yeah.
And they are shooting themselves on the foot because they already are having trouble with like independent artists getting their own. They're getting the time to shine with SoundCloud and YouTube being more prominent and Spotify, so many different ways to get your music out. I think you doing this is just worsening your situation as well.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. So we'll just have to wait and see. What is on that? It's affected me. I'm sure it's affected you because I know you play music a lot.
Yeah.
I think there's a me and Jeffrey and Kai had a heated argument yesterday on stream about apparently something I didn't know about. I couldn't understand what they were saying. But I think there's a extension apparently that I don't know if I got this right still because I still don't quite understand it. There's an extension you can download on Twitch that lets you listen to the music not on stream, but you can link it up with your stream, with the people, so they can listen to it as well, so you're all hearing the same thing, but it doesn't go out onto your stream. I think I got that right.
I don't think it would be a Twitch extension.
It's a Twitch extension. Don't crash, whatever you do, don't argue with me on this. It's definitely a Twitch extension.
But you wouldn't be able to set it up as a Twitch extension through your end. That through the listeners' end, they could play the music through the Twitch extension, possibly.
This is the part I didn't understand. I didn't understand it.
You'd have to have it playing through something else. That's on your end.
That was my thing.
You could do that.
So I need to listen to it on my phone.
No. So, you could do it with your.
No, I could do it. I could do it with my GoXLR. I know how to do it. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like this is not a problem for me. I was talking more from a broader standpoint.
You don't need other tech as well. You have virtual line-ins and outs.
Yeah.
That you could use to set that up. But that's also like that is extra steps for people to take. But there are the options out there to do stuff like that.
But
for sure,
there is something out there. I don't understand it. I don't want to have an argument again. Kai, Jeffrey, I'm sorry. I shouted. I got upset. I didn't even really shout, but I did get upset. I apologize.
Were you not believing them?
I didn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't believe them. It was I couldn't comprehend what they were saying, and they were getting frustrated at me because I'm pretty sure they both thought I was like trying to mug them off or something, or trying to be mean. And I was like, I wasn't. I just didn't understand. I still don't understand it. So. Yeah. There you go. You got your shout out on my Xbox and me, guys. Please come back. I'm sorry. I'm sure you both. 26 minutes ago, Jeffrey refollows me. Jeffrey. Damn you. I'm messing with you. But yeah, moving on. It hasn't affected me too much. I just don't play music now. Just better to be safe than sorry at the end of the day.
Yep. Absolutely.
Moving on, this week, Dashboard Crash. I'm going to leave the first one to you, my friend, and we'll go every other, unless it's something that is related to us, like, very important to me. Like, the Resident Evil news will obviously be me, but yeah.
Okay. Ori developer shares insight on PS5, Xbox Series X differences. This is from IGN, from Matt Kim. But Maller, who is the game director at Moon Studios, the developer of the Ori series, says that the hardware differences will play out as expected for gameplay. Namely, that Sony's new ultra-fast SSD will result in faster load times, while the Series X will result in more raw power. Quote, now let's say the average load time with those SSDs on next gen will be 10 seconds, posits Maller in a Reset Era thread. And let's be generous and say that the PS5 SSD and throughput is twice as fast as the Xbox Series X, at that point you'd have 10 seconds load time difference versus 5-second load time. Keep in mind that loading often is more than just shuffling data around, so this isn't in any way accurate. I don't know if I'd care that much about 5 seconds saved every time I load if what I give up for is frame rate or resolution, and I guess that's the bet that Microsoft made here. More power rather than faster data transfer.
Yeah, I think they make a great point. Obviously, I pull out Ori Dev. They're not owned by Moon Studios and not owned by Xbox, so they don't have to come out and say anything. I agree that I generally think the PlayStation SSD is going to be even faster than 5 seconds though, and I think that's the difference. That if it becomes 1 second load times, like I'm talking 1 to 2, even to 3 seconds, that is a game changer compared to 10. Because 10 is quick, but it's an eternity if it's that much faster somewhere else.
Yeah. Did you see the Ratchet and Clank stuff?
Yes.
Where they're like jumping through the portals and going to different areas, and it is fast. It's really fast. So, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I'll take 10-second load times for better resolutions and better frame rate all day long. All day long.
I think it's important to note that we don't really know how the Sony's SSD will affect how they load things, meaning it is possible that Sony could get something more powerful if they don't have to have everything constantly loading in, and they can load it in when they need it, as opposed to Microsoft might need to have it there more constantly, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So there is a possibility of this, like, maybe they'll be more on even footing because of that, or maybe it will just be a time difference. It is very much so. We'll see when we get the consoles.
We will see when we see, Crash. We will see when we see. Moving on, Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone Season 4 details revealed. Season 4 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone launched last night, June 10th, and we have full details. What changes have come with this new update, including the addition of Captain Price as a new operator. One of the new updates to Warzone adds, quote, twists, end quote, to each match. The first of these twists is Fire Sale, that temporarily discounts most items at the buyout store up to 80%, or may even make items free. In addition, these bring back teammates is completely free during one of these fire sales. These sales last 60 seconds and loadout drops are not discounted. On the second one we have here in the twist is the non-lethal but heavily armoured supply chopper that can be destroyed for high quality items, 3 UAVs, 2 armour boxes and an ammunitions box, a gas mask, a grenade launcher and tons of cash at minimum. The supply choppers may not shoot all at players, but it draws a crowd towards you. Last of all, we have the twist is the Jailbreaker, an event that will release all enemy players back into a match. There will be a 1 minute notice before a jailbreak occurs, and it can happen at any point during the middle of the game. With other twists, it's important to know these twists can occur during the match, but that doesn't mean they always will. There also will be added 3 limited time modes, which we have debuting in Season 4, which is Juggernaut Royale, Realism, and Warzone Rumble. Warzone Rumble is the 50 versus 50. It's more like a war game mode. I don't really like it. It's not for me. I'm sticking to basic bitch stuff, but I'm really liking it. I'm really liking Warzone. Love what they've done with the new season. I do like these new twists and changes because it forces you to play the game a little bit different. Like rush into a supply store, which is dangerous, but if you can go in there and you die, but you bring back 3 of your friends, it was worth it. It just forces a whole new different dynamic, and I'm loving it. I'm really, really, really am loving it. So,
do you think this is good enough a replacement for like map changes, or do you think it still needed map changes?
So that's the question everyone's been asking, right? Which is, should we have got map changes this season? I'm fine with the map, personally. Like, I don't hate the map. I don't think it's a terrible map. What I think is, I would have liked something different, but it seems like, from what we keep seeing, it seems like there is going to be a change in the map at some point. They are going to do something this season, but we just have to wait and see. I think Fortnite are the goats when it comes to changing up the maps and making it a spectacle. I didn't feel that with this. Like, it doesn't get me the same way Fortnite does when they make a drastic change. But I think that art style is the reason why. This is realistic. Yeah. That is so fun and cartoony, and when they do anything different, it's like, oh, that's cute and that's cool and it looks nice. And with this, it's darker, it's grittier, it's not like a survival horror, but you understand what I mean. It's just a bit more boots to the ground, we're at war sort of thing. So,
to be fair with Fortnite, also they have you in the map a lot of times when they change stuff, so you firsthand get to see everything changing.
Yeah, I could see that happening with COD though as well. To be honest with you,
you think so?
I could. I'm not saying it will. But I definitely could see it. Definitely.
Okay.
Next one for you, bro.
Congratulations to Phil Spencer on 30 years at Microsoft. A great leader and a great friend. Thanks for everything you have done, and your.
Yeah, I kind of missed off a bit there, didn't I?
Basically, Phil Spencer's been at Microsoft for 30 years.
Commitment to what we do every day. #GameChanger. Phil Spencer, congratulations to you, sir. 30 years at Xbox. #in Phil We Trust has been going for now 4 years on my Xbox and me, maybe even 4.5. He's a great man. I've met him. Got a photo with him, Crush.
I know.
Didn't get to talk to him much, but one day. Tried to get him on the show.
Nothing.
That's probably like one of my most liked and retweeted tweets ever. And nothing. We couldn't do it. We tried, though. He's
busy.
He's very busy.
He's busy to put this podcast in a better spot. He doesn't have to be here to do that.
That's true. He just needs to keep working hard. Otherwise, we don't have the show. You're right. But yeah, shout out to Phil Spencer. 30 years at Microsoft, man. Older than me. He's been at Microsoft longer than I've been alive.
Yeah. And wow, now that you put it that way.
That's crazy, right?
Shout out to Phil Spencer.
Absolutely
killing it since he's been put in charge.
Yes, definitely. Next up, after outcry, EA extends free upgrade offer for Madden on Xbox Series X. This one was taken from Kotaku, I believe, which is by Samit Sakara. I hope I said that correctly. NFL Madden 21, publisher EA, Electronic Arts, has extended the duration of its free upgrade offer for next-gen versions of the game, changing its policy in response to the criticism from fans and the media. Now the promotion will be valid all the way until Madden 22 is released in the summer of 2021. Did I say that right? Did I say NFL 22? I think I said 21. 22 I meant. EA announced its offering early in... Joe, what? I don't really need to read that part. Let me just go to the quote. During our recent Inside Xbox announcement, we included some dates limiting the dual entertainment approach. The text on EA's Next Level website now says, having listened to our players' response, we're extending the offer all the way through our Madden 21 season up to the release of Madden 22, so players can upgrade to NFL Madden 21 on the Xbox Series X whenever they first purchase their new console within that period. Thank you. That's all we ask. How do you not get this right the first time round? Greed? Yeah. Is that greed or is that just stupidity? Which one?
Both.
Both?
To think, because they honestly, it seemed like they thought they'd get away with it, and they did a good thing for people. Like they probably giving themselves a pat on the back for being greedy, right?
Probably.
Because they put out the statement also defending it, like, oh, we have to do it this way, whatever. No, this shows that, like, you guys were full of it when you guys said that. You guys were full of it when you did that announcement.
Yeah.
It should not be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing.
I'm 100% with you. I think why would you not take care of those that have purchased the game the first time and want to play it again on their new console and keep playing the game? Why? I just generally don't know why you wouldn't do that. Like, they should have just did the normal smart delivery thing, which is you buy this game, you can play it everywhere, done, sorted, no problems, done. But no, they still got a time limit on it. Which fine, whatever. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but it just seems silly to me. Very, very silly.
Yep. Agreed.
Next up, Chris, I'm gonna take this one. Resident Evil 8 Village announced by Capcom. Look who showed up towards the end of Sony's PlayStation reveal. Why it's Resident Evil 8 coming 2021, or do we call it Resident Evil Village to match up with the rumor title that has been circulating for months? Officially, Capcom officially calls the Resident Evil Village without I think they've updated this actually. Let me come down to this next statement because I think next trailer. It got updated. According to the trailer shown during the PS5 event, it's Resident Evil 8, and it's coming to the PS5, likely PC and Xbox as well. But it's Sony's day. Interesting location, though. Cannot wait about even, blah, 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 blah. Look, to get into the nitty-gritty of this, let me just go off, because I can do a better job than this article, all right? Because I'm the Resident Evil guy.
Go for it.
Resident Evil 8 is a real thing. It carries on the story of Ethan. In this game, it looks like you'll be playing as Ethan. We saw a new redesign of Chris Redfield. Hashtag better my Chris. He's better. Yeah, bad hashtag, I know. Would you not like it?
I don't think it's any better than the last
one. 100% is. He looks more like the old... Crash, if these games are all interlinked, yeah, at least he looks older than he did in the Resident Evil 6, right? Mm-hmm. He looks older. He does look different, but he looks... Chris, have you seen the difference?
Yeah, but your problem with Resident Evil 7 was that he didn't look like Chris. This doesn't look like Chris.
Yeah, it does. He looks a lot more like Chris. Dude, you're drunk.
I'm not drunk.
You've been drinking. You got up early, did a shot.
Wait. It looks like Chris went out, had a few beers for like 10 years in a row.
Which would make sense in the Resident Evil 7 lore. In the Resident Evil lore, because in Resident Evil 6, that's what he's doing. So that makes perfect sense, Crash.
But we already got how far in the future does Resident Evil 8 take place?
But you've got to pretend Resident Evil 7 Chris doesn't exist.
But you can't do that.
I can.
Because he does exist.
He doesn't.
But he does exist.
He doesn't.
You're literally breaking continuity to satisfy yourself.
Yes, I am. 100%.
Okay, as long as we got that, I don't need to argue anything else.
So yeah, this got shown. I think people were very shocked in my reaction. Very shocked. Like, obviously, I loved Resident Evil the Remakes games. I've enjoyed them very much so, right? They're great games. I've enjoyed what they've done. The problem, on the other hand, is Resident Evil 7 wasn't my favourite Resident Evil game. In my opinion, didn't feel very much like a Resident Evil game. Still a fun survival horror game, just not a fun Resident Evil game, in my opinion. Camera changes, just direction of how the game plays out and stuff like that just didn't do it for me. The one thing I will say is the one game I've only played through once. That's one of the only Resident Evils I've only played through once. So maybe I feel very different if I played through it again. So I think I will do that, obviously, leading up to 8. Where do I go from here? I'm happy that it looks like Chris is going to be in it more. And he's back to looking normal. I know that's not a big deal to you, but it is to me. So I'm happy that is the case. I don't know how I feel about werewolves and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. People are happy with it. I'm sure. Great. Good for them. I just don't know how I feel about it. Honestly. Like, Resident Evil to me has always been about bioweapons and zombies, right? And I'm fine with, like, these crazy monsters from 7. I'm even fine with some of the stupid stuff we've had. Ouroboros and Tyrant, Nemesis, stuff like that. They're great. Like, they're great. I get it. Ouroboros is not great, but you understand what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
I don't know where the series is now anymore. Like, we're coming up to 10 games, right? In a numbered series. And I feel like we've gotten to the point where we're like, all right, we've done zombies, we've done this, we've done zombie dogs, we've done zombie spiders, we've done zombie this, we've done zombie that. What haven't we done? And we like got a box on the table. It's like, guys. Like, the guy washes his glasses and goes, what about werewolves? How do you feel about werewolves? And everyone goes, yeah, we'll make zombified werewolves. And I'm like, I'm not saying it's a zombie, I don't know the context of it yet, but I'm like, I don't know.
Here's my thing, and this is from the perspective of somebody who's not really into Resident Evil.
Yep.
There's 2 avenues to go with. It's always down into 2 avenues with Resident Evil, and that is turn it into an action game or turn it into a horror game.
Yep.
They keep it zombies. They've already done that.
Yep.
You have to do. I do think you need to do something different. You need to go down a different avenue.
Can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
And they are continuously doing that. If we get remake of Code Veronica, if we get remake of 4, if we get a remake of maybe Survivor, or what's the one I've been talking about with you all, Outbreak. If we keep getting remakes like that, I think I'm gonna have to just be like, okay, I like the remake series. I don't love the new timeline series. I'll still play them, obviously, but do I love them like that anymore? I don't know. But sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah. So it's either they go into that, we're going to keep doing a horror game, or they go into something like Resident Evil 5. We're going to do an action game and keep it with zombies, right?
I'd rather 7 and 6. 7 and 8.
Yeah. So like I think that's where they were at with it. Like people aren't really loving the action games. People are saying 7 is a good game, but it's not necessarily Resident Evil. But we can't go back to what was before because we're also doing the remakes.
I'm not, and to be fair, I'm not the voice for everybody. A lot of people love Resident Evil 7. I just have a problem with it.
But I've heard from other people as well that they have problems with it. Not necessarily that they dislike it, but they have problems with it in terms of it being a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like the two avenues I see them going, and I do think they picked the better path to go down, as opposed to making it an action game.
Fair enough. Yeah, again, we didn't see much. We got some characters there. I want to do like a deep dive and breakdown. Maybe we can do it on the My Xbox and Me channel. We'll see. But I did say I said something silly during my reaction, and the Resident Evil fans are coming for me, obviously, because they do. What do you think I said?
I don't know, but every time you do a reaction to anything, you say something that just triggers people.
Oh, I trigger the Resident Evil fans.
Only your Resident Evil reactions trigger people.
I said, my quote was, "What have they done to my series?" And people didn't like that, let me tell you.
Not your series, it's the work of art.
People did not like that, but yeah. I'm gonna watch it again on lunchtime today. Watch it again and break it down a little bit more. But I don't have many thoughts. I love that I hope Chris plays a big plot part in it. I think that whole scene with Chris and Mia, I feel that that's gonna be a dream in Ethan's head, if I'm honest with you, because it just seems too convenient that he's just gonna come in and kill her. Like, just doesn't make sense. You can't say it's a spoiler, guys. It's in the trailer. It just, yeah. But I'm interested to see, are we going to get Jill? Are we going to get... Who is in this game? Are we going to get Claire? Because if we get those characters... I don't want Leon.
So, question.
Yeah.
They did say that this is somebody's last adventure. That's like how they started. Or is it
like
somebody's last...
It's got to be Ethan's.
Chris's.
No, it's got to be Ethan's. Yeah, I hope they just kill off Ethan. I hate Ethan. I
don't think it's going to be Ethan. I think it's going to be Chris.
They're going to kill Chris?
Yeah, I think they set it up to where, like, it could be Ethan or Chris, but I think it's going to be Chris. Because Chris would be more impactful. If you set it up with, like, it's their last adventure, you'd want it somebody that's impactful. Ethan's just starting out. I don't think it's impactful.
Ethan sucks. Go and play Resident Evil 7 and tell me one good thing about Ethan. One.
Tell me
one
good thing about Leon from Resident Evil 2 remake.
He's a rookie cop with a lot of spark.
No, that's nothing. It's
nothing.
There is nothing.
I love him.
Because you have nostalgia with it.
No, it's not even just that. He's a great character.
No, he's not.
He protected the president's daughter.
He's one note.
He's the
what? I've never played that game, so maybe.
How dare you?
Don't say he's more than one note, Fix.
Leon is more than one note. Have you seen his fight with Krauser in Resident Evil 4? One of the best action scenes you're seeing in a video game.
Walk out right now.
I'm being serious. That's not even a joke. That's not even a troll.
Maybe.
I don't even love Resident Evil 4, but that action scene is fantastic.
Good action scenes don't make a character more than one note.
So you're trying to tell me that Leon rescuing Claire in Resident Evil 2 with Sherry, and then Sherry in the OG game where you never see her, and then Sherry screaming, Leon! Even though they've never met and never spoken before, you're telling me that's not good character development?
You know what, Fix? You fixed it for me. It is correct. Some of the best writing I've ever heard explained to me. I take it back.
Look, if you're watching the video version, Shakespeare, Resident Evil Leon. I'm just saying.
Leon. Dude, any story game that's been worth anything for the last 5 decades, Leon's better than
all of them. Better than all of them. Name me Last of Us.
Joel, who? Leon Kennedy, boy.
Never heard of him. Moving on anyway, because that bit too far. You can take the next one, my dude.
Yes. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 remix and Thronebreaker coming to Game Pass later this month. Microsoft has announced the titles coming to Xbox Game Pass on PC and console in June, and the lineup is heavy on role-playing games and futuristic warfare. On June 11th, PC players will get BattleTech, the turn-based combat game, as well as Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, a space-based real-time strategy game set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Coming to both PC and console, Game Pass subscribers this month will also be getting No Man's Sky, which will be available starting on June 11th. Dungeon of the Endless, a retro defense game with 3D graphics, will also be out on both platforms on June 11th. Finally, there's Bard's Tale Remastered and Resnarkled, which comes to Game Pass on June 18th. And then there's a whole list of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Again, I was just about to say to you, we get it. Kingdom Hearts, it's in there. I'll quickly run through that bit.
It's going to be in Game Pass.
Final Mix, 582/2 Day, Chains of Memories, Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Birth by Sleep Final Mix, all of it, all the Kingdom Hearts stuff, it's in there. You've got them on Game Pass.
Final
You're
Mix.
Good. It's
They're
done.
all there.
They're all there.
Yeah.
You've got it. You've got it, Crash. You got it. You smashed it.
Thank you.
Anything to add? You gonna go back and play them on Xbox?
All right.
No?
I'm not in the mood to play. I replayed them relatively recently.
You did?
Within the last year.
Yep.
And they're long games, so I don't think I'll be jumping back to them any point soon.
Fair enough. Next up, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will run on Unreal Engine 5. This one was by Adam Bankhurst by IGN. Microsoft has announced that Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is being built on the Unreal Engine 5 for Xbox Series X. The director of program management of the Xbox Series X, Jason Rowland, also officially confirmed the first footage of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 that arrived alongside the reveal of the Xbox Series X in 2019 was captured in-engine and reflects the power of the Xbox Series X, available to developers to deliver new universes, experiences, and games in the ways you've never imagined. See the fanboys get crazy on this one? I know we just said we weren't going to mention them, but we'll start that from next week. But what do you mean? Unreal's exclusive to PlayStation? I'm like, wow, you guys ain't got a clue.
Fanboys who don't know anything really shouldn't talk. It's one of the most annoying things. But do you think this supposed to be a launch game?
No. I think we all assumed it was going to be a launch game.
So this basically confirms it's not a launch game.
I think they've already said that. I think they confirmed Halo was they wanted to show the tech off on something that was going to look amazing, right? And they've done that. But no, this was never ever ever said to be a console launch game.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, good that it's that Unreal's going to look amazing on Xbox Series X. Fantastic.
Yeah, that trailer did look really good.
Yeah.
I'm sure as soon as they were able to put this out there, they were like, Unreal Engine on Xbox as well, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And clearly it did its job if all the fanboys were mad. Next up, Destiny 2 Next Gen details, Beyond Light expansion revealed. Bungie has revealed new details on the future of Destiny 2, including Destiny 2 Universe Season of Arrivals and the Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion. Really not going to go over all this. The games are going to be upgraded to Next Gen for free. If you have the current version, you'll get a free upgrade to Series X. Next Gen will be 4K. It'll be 60 frames per second. They announced the next 3 expansions, the names for them, the new seasons here. A lot of the stuff, they're going to be phasing out old content. They're going to be phasing out the old content from Destiny 2 and bringing out the old content from Destiny 1. If you're a Destiny fan, a diehard Destiny fan, been a Destiny fan for a long time, I really recommend watching it if you didn't. It is well worth the watch. I think you will be excited for it. If you've been lukewarm on Destiny, I don't think this does as much for you.
All right, cool.
I'm good. Excited.
I'll leave then. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not buying it again. They took that Bungie have taken too much money from me. Too much money from me. Destiny 1, Destiny 2 expansion, Destiny 2, Destiny 2 expansion, Destiny 2 on PC. I'm not doing it again. I'm done. I'm done, Crash. I'm done.
You didn't buy Destiny 2 on PC.
But look, even if it was bought for me, they still got the money.
Yeah, but not from you. They didn't take too much money from you in that case.
You get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
You're excited though, right? You're looking forward to it? Are you going to be running the raids? You're going to set up some raids, raid some raids with some people?
It's so hard with everybody being on different platforms. They need to add crossplay.
Yep.
They're having cross-gen play upcoming with this. So between Xbox One X and Xbox One S, and Xbox Series X, there will be that crossplay. But what they do need to do is PlayStation, Xbox, PC. They need that crossplay for the game to have more longevity and the vision they hope for it. Because clans spread up, people stop playing. I could have a guaranteed raid group almost every week if there was crossplay.
Yep.
I could find the people.
Yep.
I can't do it when everybody's scattered. Yami has it on Xbox. I have it on PC. Everybody has it somewhere else.
They've got to figure that out, right?
Yeah. They've mentioned it a few times, and I'm assuming there's something in the back end that they struggle with to do the crossplay. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no reason for them not to add it.
They've been very forward thinking since they broke away as well, right? So
yeah,
you got to imagine it's something they're actively working on. It doesn't work yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I will also say that when they were doing the presentation, they did mention a lot of the missteps they've had with Destiny 2, this last expansion, and how they thought they were fixing it. And so just that front of honesty, I think, is a fresh breath of air.
Yeah, but are you not sick of hearing that when it comes to Destiny? I generally do feel like this whole game's been yeah, we're fixing it. Yeah, we're fixing it. Yeah, oh, you like that? Cool. Yeah, we're fixing it. Yeah, we're fixing it. Yeah, we're fixing it. Like, I generally always hear it. Like, when's Destiny going to be good? Like, on a consistent basis and not fixing it?
Destiny's always good when the new expansion comes out. I think that's the problem, is the new content comes out, they bring out a lot of stuff with it, they bring out a lot of changes. It's just their long-term goals after that, when you're hitting the smaller bumps of content, never is quite that. And I'm hoping with them bringing back older content from Destiny 1, there is a cycle of more stuff to do in Destiny, you know, visiting old raids, visiting old strikes and stuff. It's not necessarily new content, but for people who like Destiny, it's stuff they've missed, right?
But it's also, yeah, it's new to somebody, right? And if you've got a friend that's never done it before, it's like, oh, I want to check out. It's like GTA, right? Like we go. Sometimes I go back in and play with Stead, and he's like, oh, we're gonna do this like heist. I'm like, all right, cool. I've already done it, and then I get in there. I'm like, oh, I've not done this one. It's like it's new to me. Like, it needs to be there though. GTA is not a great example because like their content's everywhere as well. But yeah. Less complicated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Last story, Crash, of this week. Spellbreaker headed to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. IGN, this was at the IGN Expo, and this one was written by Joe Scrabbles. Spellbreaker is the magic-based battle royale that is coming to the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch later this year, with crossplay, including on the PS4 and PC. Announced exclusively during the IGN Expo, developer Proletariat. Thank you. Also announced that it's giving away the exclusive Treeline skin to celebrate the announcement. The skin, which is for the PC version of the game for US region only, can be redeemed at blah 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 blah. Did you look at this one? Did you see this one?
I played this game.
You played it?
On PC.
How is it?
It's a really good game. It's very fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Am I gonna like it?
If you're into Warzone, you're not gonna like it.
Makes sense.
If you've been looking for a BR game that changes it up a little bit in some sort of way, I do think Spellbreak is for you. Give it a try when it comes out. It's gonna be free to play. No point in not messing around in it. Crossplay is great. I think the game's very fun, and mind you, I played it. Might have been like a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of changes to the game, and it looks like it's only gotten better from when I last played it. But it is very fun.
Fair enough. Games with Gold this month. You have Shanty and the Pirate Curse, June 1st to June 30th. Coffee Talk. Make sure you download Coffee Talk. You're almost run out of time. Come out this year. It's worth playing. I promise you. June 16th to July 15th. You're right, it's not out yet. You're right. Xbox 360.
You had me for a second.
Sends Mora, June 16th to June 30th, and Destroy All Humans is the one that's going out of date, which is June 1st to June 15th. Sorry, you're right. You are 100%. I saw the 15th and was like,
I don't blame you.
Yeah, definitely download Coffee Talk. It's worth your time, I promise. That was a good episode, Crash. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was
Let's plug and get ourselves out of it. What you got to plug this week?
Twitch.tv/Crushnick. I've been streaming a lot of Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
Is
that it? Crash, I'm trying, Chris.
I could do it better.
I know you could.
But it bothers you, and that satisfies me.
It's like me forgetting the titles at the start. It's like part of the gimmick, right? It's like, I get it. You're buying into the bit. I respect it. You can find me everywhere at MCFixer. If you're watching me on Twitch, please be sure to hit that follow button. I need people's feedback. Do you think we should go back to doing the show live every week? I love doing the show live. But the one thing I will say is I'm tempted to do 2 episodes a week as well.
I was going to say we could do some sort of like
a live episode where we do like a Q&A one, but the problem is the questions won't come in or something. I'm scared.
We could do like a conversation around a topic that's live or something like that. Maybe something that's not necessarily question oriented, right? We do a conversation, we talk about it for a while, people will come and chat, and then we
maybe contact the rest of the team, Bunny and Nano, if they're still alive, who knows.
True.
Zygar, because clearly he died as well. Yeah, maybe we'll figure it out. I feel like we should try and do something though.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair enough. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Remember, you can get it early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. And keep supporting the show. Keep doing what you do. And until next time, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.